Hey everybody, this is Preezy. Check out my website at www.listenuplistening5687.com. That's www.listenuplistening5687.com. You ready to chit chat and all of that? You ready to vent, let it out? Well, come on now. Come on, collab with Preezy. Come on and be on Listen Up, Listen In as a guest. Contact me at 718-354-8405. 718-354-8405. You can also contact me by email, listenuplistening5687@gmail.com. One more time, listenuplistening5687@gmail.com. Let's get it.
Tanya, you ready?
Listen up, listen in. 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 Thanks for tuning in. Let's have a conversation. Talking worldwide, it don't matter your location. What you going through and the topic may have relation. Let's get some motivation. Let's swap out education. Every Friday we heal, laugh, improve, and grow. Put some nutrients in your mind, give you food for the soul. I know you pumped and preparing for your weekend and low. Might as well join the discussion and tune into the show. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to Listen Up, Listen In podcast. I'm your host, Preezy. Now before I start today's episode, I would love for you guys and gals to follow me on social media. Go to Instagram, Listen Up, Listen In 5687, and on Facebook, Listen Up, Listen In. You can also email me at listenuplistening5687@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by following me on social media, you'll be able to see all the platforms my podcast is on. Wherever you consume my podcast, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when a new episode is posted. Rate, review, and share this podcast. Now let's get back to Listen Up, Listen In. Hey, what's going on? This is Preezy. How y'all feeling out there? It's Friday. It's a beautiful day. I hope that you had a beautiful day. And if you didn't, I hope that tomorrow be better. And all praise to Jehovah God and Jesus Christ. Amen. And give yourself a round of applause because you woke up this morning. Come on now. You know how we do. Yes. Be happy that you woke up this morning. You got yourself out the bed. You went in the bathroom. You cut the water on. You went to take a shower. And y'all took a shower, right? I hope I ain't jumping to conclusions now. Everybody out that's listening, y'all took a shower, right? If you was able to take a shower, I hope you took a shower. I hope you got the soap and the rag and you rolled it together and washed your body and sudsed yourself all up. Got that toothpaste with toothbrush and brushed your teeth. Or if you don't have no teeth, maybe you had a tooth. Or if you had dentures, you soak it in a cup for about 15 minutes. Don't even matter. As long as you cleanse yourself. Because, see, these kids look at everything. If you got children, they watch everything now. So if they see you walking out the house just putting on, you ain't never gotten that shower, they going to be like, well, I ain't getting in the shower because mommy and daddy, they didn't take a shower. Mommy, it must be hereditary or something in our DNA. Nah. Get your butts in that shower and put all the love and the joy and scrub up off last nights off you. You got to scrub off last nights off you. That's what it is. You're scrubbing off last nights off you. That's what you're doing. Because your body goes through changes when you're sleeping at night. And I don't even know what half of y'all do at night, but I know you need to go wash it off in the morning. Yes. Y'all know how it is. I'm just having a good time because you know why? We got to smile. We go through so much things in life, and we always walking around here frowning and angry, but we can't. Excuse me, I got a holes in my mouth. It don't seem to be working. Got a little, the throat is a little, I guess because all this talking I'm doing, so maybe I need to slow it down. But I can't. Because I got to talk. I'm Preezy on Listen Up, Listen In podcast. You need me to talk. So, I'm going to discuss something today, and it's called anxiety. And I get A lot of y'all probably saying, she got anxiety now. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with her? That's not the truth, okay? That's not the truth, okay? Now, I want to talk about anxiety because a lot of people are going through anxiety. So much going on in the world. How can you not have anxiety? If you watch the news alone, you're going to have anxiety. So much from the shooting, the killing, the domestic violence, the suicide, the pushing in the subway, and whatever's going on in your town. I'm sure there's something that's making your anxiety high. It could be your kids' relationships, things that you're going on within yourself can make you have anxiety. And people need to understand what anxiety really means. And I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to give you the overview, the treatments, the symptoms, whatever you need, because we go through anxiety. It's not easy. Life is anxiety. I think animals have anxiety. Because guess what? Animals don't think like we do, so they don't know when they're going to have their next meal. That could bring on anxiety. Or when they want to go out for a walk, they don't know when their master's going to let them walk. They're getting all excited. That could bring on anxiety. I think animals feel everything that we feel. I really do. Especially my 2 dogs. I know they got anxiety. They sleep with anxiety. They jump in the middle of the night with anxiety. Like the dog catcher kept trying to come at them and stuff. So it's all spread it around with anxiety. But what exactly is anxiety? Intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. Fast heart rate, rapid breathing, sweating, and feeling tired may occur. Now, I'm a what-if person, so I worry about everything. If I see something on my arm, I'm nervous. Oh, what's that? I gotta go to the doctor. What is that? Maybe something growing on me. My chest, because heart disease runs in our family, I get nervous. Oh my God, why my heart feel this way? I better go get checked out. Something may not be right. Any little thing that bothers me, I get nervous about it. And my anxiety has increased over the years. It's gotten worse. Like, I'm a what-if person. Like, and I grew up like that. And I had a friend of mine, one of my besties, she was like, well, I don't be what-if because that's thinking negative. To me, it ain't thinking negative because what-if has gotten me out of a lot of situations. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to tell you, what-if has got me a lot of situations because my parents was no joke, okay? And growing up as a little kid, you know when you a little kid, you hanging around with other little kids, and some of them kids is bad. And they plotting, oh, we should do this, let's do this. And the first thing that would go in my head was, well, what if we get caught? Well, what if mommy and daddy find out? Well, what if the neighbors catch us? Well, what? So, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I wasn't perfect. I did bad stuff. But a lot of things I didn't do because I knew the repercussions that would be behind if I got caught. So I ain't do it. So let me tell you something. If you live on what if, continue to live on what if because it really works. I think everybody should have what if in their life because you're sitting down and you're trying to figure out what you need to do with A to B. So if I do this, well, let me have an option just in case it don't work out. So because what if? That's a what if. To me, it's a what if. I'll do this, but if this don't work out, then I'll just have to go it this way. And then it's not that you're thinking negative. You're just trying to think, normal. What if this happens? Things happen in life. It's not that you're thinking negative. It's just that you're trying to make sure that the decision that you're going to make is the right decision. And that goes with relationships. If you're in a good relationships and you see somebody that's looking good, man, they fine as heck. Well, exactly. You think to yourself, well, I can mess with them, but what if I get caught? What's the repercussions behind me getting caught? Now, it's either, it's not a mistake, it's a choice now. Because you know what will happen and you know it's wrong. But in your mind, you still gonna say, but damn, what if Michelle catch me? Or what if Mike catch me? Or what if Sean catch me? Or what if Melissa catch me? So it's still a what if. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know if I'm right, but I think I am. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hit me up on listening5687 at gmail.com. I dare you. Nah, I'm just playing. But listen, we all got anxiety. All of us. Anxiety can be normal in stressful situations such as public speaking or taking a test. You ever took a test and you nervous and you know you studied but you still nervous and you don't know if you're gonna pass. You're sweating, your hands are sweating. Let me tell you how bad I was in tests, and this is not even funny, it's quite embarrassing, for real. Yes, wait a minute, don't hit the punchline yet, I didn't say it. Ow, what's wrong with you? God, on cue. Okay, so listen, let me tell you how bad I was with cheating, and this is how I know that I could not be a cheater. You ever have the answers to a test, right, and still fail the test? Yes. I used to have the answers. Maybe I didn't write them right. I was so nervous. Maybe that was my anxiety. And still fail? Come on now. Now, another thing, anxiety. Have you ever stood up and gave a speech, a public speech in front of thousands and thousands? Not even thousands. Maybe it could be 10 people in the class, 15 people in the class. It could be a small audience. That's anxiety. You nervous, you scared, you sweating, and you twitching, and you don't know what to do, and you hoping that you don't make a mistake, and you're trying to vision everybody in a different manner so you don't mess up. That's anxiety. And it's an indicator. It can also be an indicating of underlying disease when your feelings become excessive or consuming and they interfere with your daily living. See, and I'm a nervous person. I got on the plane for the first time this year. Okay, now you're being funny. I got on the plane the first time of this year, and I was nervous. I was shaking on the plane. I think I rocked the plane. I think the plane was rocking a little bit. It was moving like. I'm telling you, I was nervous. Thank God I had my bestie next to me. She comforted me and said, T, you're going to be all right. You're going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Just inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then relax. Just relax. And it helped, but that was my anxiety. And my anxiety was going crazy. And those are the things that we go through. Anxiety. Now, some people say, well, what are the symptoms of anxiety? How do I know if I'm going through anxiety? Feeling nervous, restless, or tense. It's like maybe when you're going out on that first date and you're nervous and scared because you want to make sure you do the right things and you say the right things and you don't talk about things that you shouldn't be talking about. That could be anxiety or anything that's going to make you nervous. You ever go on a first date with somebody or you had company and you got gas? I know. Don't tell me that you got gas and you're nervous and you're like, oh gosh, I hope they don't push me or make me laugh and they come out and, that could bring on anxiety. Anything that can make you feel nervous can bring on anxiety. Like even just having an interview and your first day on you applying for the job, that could bring on anxiety because you're nervous. You want to make sure that you say the right thing and all your paperwork is good for the boss. That could bring on anxiety. Having a sense of impending danger, panic, or doom. That's me. When I got on that plane, I was scared. Every bad thought came into my head. And that's my fault because I'll be sitting up here watching these planes, disasters, the flight such and such didn't make it and they're in the ocean and flight such and such caught on fire. And that's my problem. I sit up here and I watch this stuff. Now I expect now I'm getting ready to go on a plane. So I'm nervous and I'm scared. I'm looking at everybody on a plane. Well, you don't look right and she don't look right, he don't look right. And so that anxiety kicks in. It kicks in because you're scared and you're nervous. Even now, if I go into certain places, I get nervous. I look around. I know something ain't right, But being trained as an officer, you're going to always have that. And I don't want to, I'm not trying to say all officers, but the majority of the time, we're trained so well. When it comes to security, we know when things ain't right. We can feel it. We can smell it. Funny. We can actually smell when something ain't right. If you can't smell something ain't right, then I don't know. Then you different because it never leaves you. You have that sense of trouble. You know, nah, you know what, y'all? Let's go. If something ain't right. I'm getting a bad vibe. I don't like the atmosphere. Or you just know certain places that you really shouldn't go to. I'm talking about these real, I'm talking about real officers. I ain't talking about ones that just don't know your job. I'm talking about ones that paid attention and know that something ain't right. Because, listen, you got officers and you got officers. But what I'm saying, when you really know, you feel it. You feel it, like deep inside, like you know something ain't right. So that can bring on anxiety, and your heart rate starts increasing. You be like, "Bup, bup, 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 bup." That heartbeat beating so fast, and you nervous, or hearing any type of bad news brings on anxiety. I know when I heard some bad news, and I don't really want to talk about it, but when I heard some bad news, if your heart feels like it's going to explode. And I don't know if anybody ever can relate to that, but it feels like your heart is going to just pop because it's racing so fast when you hear something that's depressing or sad. And also sweating. Watch those people that sweat a lot. Don't always think because it's hot or they hot. And that could also be a sign of a health issue too, that excessive sweating. I know there was an officer, he used to sweat so much, it was ridiculous. I mean, you could take a towel and squeeze it out. And he actually had heart disease, and he passed away. I don't remember his name, but sending love and prayers out to his family. But I can't remember the gentleman's name. I wouldn't say his name anyway, but I worked with him. He was a really nice guy, but he sweat a lot. But also, sweating is a part of anxiety. You're nervous. Trembling is another thing. Feeling weak and tired all the time. That can be a symptom of anxiety. So I think that a lot of us, and probably all of us, have experienced some type of anxiety in our life. We had to. Trouble concentrating or thinking about anything other than the present worry. Now, we already have enough things that we have to worry about. So could you imagine more things piled on you? Take a bowl and you can make it ice cream. And say those ice creams are the problems that we're feeling or we're dealing with. So here come another scoop, vanilla, boom, another scoop, chocolate, boom, another scoop, butter pecan, another scoop, pears and cream. It goes on and on. And so things that is constantly piling up on our plate will make us, we can't concentrate. How you gonna concentrate and you got all these things that's going around you? That's what I'm saying. We gotta take steps one day at a time and try to fix the things in our lives that's troubling us. Because God don't give us no more than we can. We gotta take one day at a time. And it's not easy. Just like death. Death is our enemy. We know that. And it's something that we all gonna go through. Because we can't escape it. I don't care how rich you are, how beautiful you are, what you have. It don't matter. We all are going to pass away sometime in life. But we got to try to do is focus and do the things that we need to do. Be with our families. Love ourselves. Put ourselves first. Do the things that you love to do, your hobbies. Praising God, keeping Him first. You know what I'm saying? So, because the anxiety of the world is already surrounding us. It's like we in the middle, and here come anxiety, just trying to crush us. Just trying to crush us, you know? And Satan, the devil, is behind all of that. We know that. So what we got to do is put our knuckles up, put our fists up. You know how to fight? You don't know how to fight? You better watch it. You better watch on TV. Put your fists up. And when those obstacles come our way, blah, 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 blah. Make the boxing sounds. Blah. You know how it is. We got to do it right. We got to make it correct. Get rid of those obstacles that's trying to pull us down. Because it's going to make our anxiety even worse. It's like riding a bicycle, right? And you riding that bicycle. You know how to ride. Don't you know no good? You know, you riding that bike and you hit a bump. Whether the bump be on the street or let's say a sidewalk. It's a crack. And you hit that bump, boom. Now you either gonna hold on to that bike with all your might. You're gonna hold on to that bike and you're gonna catch it. Almost fell. That's some of us. Or some of us hit that bump. We go up in the air, Bam! We hit the floor. Ouch, ooh. Ouch, ooh. Yes. Or some of us may go around that bump. We saw it. Or some of us may lose control, but we catch it. We catch it. We don't fall. So, that's part of life. I fell. I went around things. I went up in the air and caught my balance. And I went through it and still held on. That's what everybody, those 4 things. Everybody has gone through something like that. Anxiety is not a joke. It's not. We panic. It interferes in our daily life. Some things are difficult to control. We get angry at every little thing. Everything ticks us off. And that can last for a long time. Your anxiety just, I can't talk right now. You can't handle too many things at one time. Sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes things are too overwhelming. And it's just too much. It's like my book bag is getting too heavy on my back. So guess what? I'm going to have to take some of these things out my bag and focus on one thing at a time. You can have all kind of anxiety. It can be generalized as, of course, we know an anxiety disorder. Some people take medications for it, yes. You should take medications if need be. If you need your medications, you should take them. Go to your doctor if you feel these symptoms. I don't care what they say. If you're feeling all these different type of symptoms, go to your doctor. Because anxiety it will mess with you. It will mess with your health. It will mess with your health. You can have social anxiety, like you can't be around in a crowd. Now, I don't care for a crowd only because there's so much going on in the world today. I don't like crowds. I never really, really care for crowds. I don't think that I have a social anxiety because I love to do different things that are I love plays and different things in museums, and that requires a lot of people and stuff like that. But I think today, with so much going on with the COVID and these different variants, that is the reason why I don't really care for too many crowds. And I still wear my mask, but I still don't care for crowds. So I don't really think I have a social anxiety, but there is such a thing called social anxiety disorder, social phobia. Specific phobias and separation anxiety disorder, and you can have more than one anxiety disorder. And then sometimes these anxieties results from, it could be medical conditions that need to be treated. And no matter what type of anxiety that you suffer from, it all can be treated. You start feeling nervous and restless or tense. You start having a sense of impending danger. You start getting stressed. You're breathing fast. I had a panic attack one time. I was breathing fast. And you think you're having a heart attack. You start trembling and all of that. That's all anxiety. They even have something where it could be gastrointestinal problems. And do you have trouble sleeping? That's me. I have problems sleeping. I can literally stay up for 24 hours. That's not good. That's not good. So I had to get help for that. My anxiety is really bad. I really can't sleep. I think a lot. And the majority of it is I think about a loved one that has passed away. And I think about things that I need to do in my life. Because things are different now, Because death changes a lot of things. It changes you. And so now you have that feeling inside that brings on anxiety. I'm a worrywart. I worry about the littlest things. I think I was speaking to my sister the other day. We were talking about a lock on a door, on one of my doors, and I was telling her what I wanted to do. And then I'm saying, well, what if I can't do this? What? Here we go with the what if. What if it doesn't work? Well, she says, you got to calm down. It's going to work out. Yeah, but I'm just saying it. And she was like, you got to relax. So she I know she was probably saying, this crazy old man. My sister would say, relax, T. But that's who I am. And I'm learning to get it together because so much can come at you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like Mama Bear here with me now and we sat down and we did things together. It's me. And I don't have a problem with that because I've always been the person in control and stuff. But it's a little different now when you know it's just you. And so that anxiety kicks in. You can have a lot of anxieties. They got one called agoraphobia. And that's an anxiety disorder in which you fear and often avoid places or situations that might cause you to panic and make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. They got anxiety disorder that might be due to a medical condition, and that includes symptoms of intense anxiety or panic that are directly caused by a physical health problem. So you might have a health problem that's bringing on your anxiety. Generalized anxiety disorders, and that includes persistent and excessive anxiety and you're worried about activities or events. And that's me too. I look around, I'll be like, yo, who's here? Like, who that? What he got on, Even ordinary routine issues. The worry is out of proportion to the actual circumstance, and it's difficult to control, and it'll affect you on how you feel physically. And it often occurs like it could be other things, disorders or depression. Depression will definitely bring on your anxiety. There's no question. It will definitely bring on anxiety. So that's why it's so important to go see a medical doctor, go see a psychiatrist, go see a therapist. So if you don't have these things, you need to go. It's so important. Go and get a physical and tell your doctor how you're feeling. Don't hide anything. Very important. Panic disorder is another thing, and that involves repeated episodes of sudden feelings of intense anxiety and fear or terror that reaches a peak within minutes. So that's a panic attack. That's a panic attack. And you'll have feelings impending like doom, shortness of breath, chest pain. It's rapid, it's fluttering. You ever felt your heart fluttering or pounding? That's why I was explaining about a panic attack. And these panic attacks may lead to worrying about things and trying to avoid situations in which something that occurred in your life. So sometimes if you experience something really bad or tragic to you, or something that you are now dealing with, whether it was an assault or anything domestic or just anything that you witnessed in life or any horrible thing, that will bring on panic attacks once you start either talking about it or just thinking about it. Selective mutism is a consistent failure of children to speak in certain situations, such as school, even when they can speak in other situations, such as the home with close family members. This can interfere with school, work, and social functioning. So it's always good to have a conversation with your children on what's going on in their mind, because kids be afraid. They don't like to discuss things. That's why we got to sit down and talk to our kids. Don't just throw them the iPad and tell them to cut the TV on and make them go outside. We got to see what's going on in their head. You know what I'm saying? We got to really try to focus on what's going on in their lives, because children could be bullied. You don't know what's going on. They could be tormented. We don't know. They could be assaulted, and they're so afraid to discuss it because they're scared. Separation anxiety disorder is a childhood disorder characterized by anxiety that's excessive for the child's developmental level and related to separation from parents or others who have parental roles. So that's also like with kids. Sometimes they're not with their parents. The parents are separated, so the kids might be with the mom and vice versa, be with the dad, or might be in foster care. That's a lot on kids too. Kids that are in foster care, I'm sure they suffer from some type of anxiety because they're with strangers. They're not with their parents, the mother or father, or maybe their parents wasn't doing right by them, or something happened in their lives, and that could bring on anxiety. Social anxiety disorder. That involves high levels of anxiety, fear, and avoidance of social situations due to feelings of embarrassment, self-consciousness, and concern about others, or being judged or viewed negatively by others. Self-esteem. You go around people, you're scared. You don't know if you look right. You don't know if you fit in. That's another anxiety. Sometimes people can be cruel. You ain't in they clique, or they don't want you around, or this or that, or you don't dress this way, you don't look that way. That could bring on anxiety, and that's terrible that people do that, but they do. Specific phobias are characterized by major anxiety when you're exposed to a specific object or situation and a desire to avoid it. Phobias provoke panic attacks in some people. I don't know if you ever had a panic attack or saw somebody have a panic attack. It's no joke. Substance-induced anxiety disorder is characterized by symptoms of intense anxiety or panic that are a direct result of misusing drugs, taking medications, being exposed to a toxic substance, or withdrawal from drugs. So those that are on drugs or trying to cope without taking drugs anymore can have anxiety attacks. Most definitely. Especially when they're trying to go cold turkey. Definitely. Other specified anxiety disorder and unspecified anxiety disorder are terms for anxiety or phobias that don't meet the exact criteria for any other anxiety disorders, but are significant enough to be distressing and disruptive. So when do you think you should see a doctor? Before I end this show, when you think you should see your doctor? You don't think you should see your doctor? I know y'all should see your doctor. Tell y'all all the time, go get checkup. Boys get year checkup, 6 months checkup. I don't care what it is. Do your blood work, do your urine work. Sit down and talk to your doctor and let them know what you're feeling. I know some of y'all probably say, that girl over there, she got anxiety. What's wrong with her? Lord. But I'm trying to keep it real. I'm trying to throw all this stuff in here. I don't want to talk all day. But I'm trying to let you know, if you're feeling this, go seek help. If you feel like you're worrying too much and it's interfering with your work, relationships, or other parts of your life, go see the doctor. If you feel you're worrying or your anxiety is upsetting you and it's difficult to control, go see the doctor. If you feel depressed and having trouble with alcohol or drug use, or you have other mental health concerns along with anxiety, go see the doctor. If you think your anxiety could be linked to a physical health problem, please go see the doctor. If you have suicidal thoughts or behaviors, and if this is the if this is the case, seek emergency treatment immediately. Because see, your worries may not go away. We always going to worry. This is life. We're going to always worry about something, whether it's our kids, our husband, our wives, dogs, cats. It don't matter. Co-workers, mom, dad, grandparents, uncles, aunts. It could get worse over time. And if you don't seek help, it's not good to your health. See your doctor or your mental health provider before your anxiety gets worse. It's easier to treat if you get help early. Trust me. There's so many things that we can do. Life experiences is already traumatic. We see so much going on in the world today. And of course, we see it's not getting better. And that can trigger our anxiety disorders. Like, I get tired of hearing about people being pushed in the train, and I'm just tired of it. And we know that mental health is a serious problem. It is a serious problem. But we have to help ourselves and focus. Anxiety could be linked to an underlying health issue, like I said before. So if your doctor suspects your anxiety may have a medical cause, of course he or she is going to do special tests, and because he's going to know the signs of the problem anyway. But do you know that these things could be linked to heart disease, diabetes, thyroid problems, hypothyroidism? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Hypothyroidism, I'm pretty sure I did. Respiratory disorders such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and asthma, drug misuse or withdrawal from alcohol, anti-anxiety medications, your chronic pain, all of that. So please seek the help, because it could be trauma with children, stress due to illness, stress buildup, your personality, mental, all of this. Please go get help. We're gonna always, I just think that we're always gonna suffer for some anxiety, but if we could take control of it and reduce it, whether it's, let's say you get up early in the morning and then, you go get a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, sit down, you read a book, relax. Maybe don't watch the news, you know what I mean? Don't look at the news. Try to stay active, participate in activities, and do things that you enjoy that make you feel good inside. go around your friends that you love to be around that are positive, and do nice things and go on trips with them. Doing beautiful things in your relationship, your marriage, with your children. And try not to worry a lot. I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes these things, it just takes a toll on us, and it can make us sick inside. You know what I mean? So do what you can to keep your anxiety under control. Remember, it's only you, and you gotta love yourself no matter what. Put yourself first. But the most important thing is to go to the doctor and get a physical. You have to get a physical. Please get a full physical. No round the corner physical, up the block physical, down the step physical, peeking around the corner. No, a full physical. Please get a full physical. All right? I hope y'all enjoyed the show about anxiety. We all suffer from it. I know everybody suffers from anxiety. You think you don't, but go through what I said. Listen to what I said. Even if you have to listen to this episode again, and even if you have to do your own homework, but I'm telling you, we have all gone through some type of anxiety. So let's work on us. All right? I always say this: live, laugh, love. Love you first, because you can't love nobody else or anything without loving you first. You have to. It starts now. You got to stay healthy, stay focused. Love your family, hold them and squeeze them just a little bit tighter. Life is so short. Put God first, because He's there and He hears us. All right? Remember that. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Love you, Mommy and Daddy, forever. Peace.
That concludes this episode of Listen Up, Listen In with your host, Preezy. Hey, yo, Preezy, tell them how to keep in touch, baby.
Go to Instagram, Listen Up, Listen In 5687, and on Facebook, Listen Up, Listen In. You can also email me at listenuplistenin5687@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by following me on social media, you'll be able to see all the platforms my podcast is on. Wherever you consume my podcast, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when a new episode is posted. Rate, review, and share this podcast.
Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in.